Imagine being on a road trip, driving down the same highway day after day after day, trying to get to this exciting destination. But wait, you're still stuck in traffic. That's pretty much how it feels when you're sweating it out day after day on the treadmill and not seeing any fat loss results. But today, I'm gonna be your navigator. I'm about to reveal the worst cardio mistakes that you've been making on your fat loss journey. So let's get started with the basics. Most people, when they wanna lose fat, they think to themselves, I know I should go to the gym, I'm gonna jump on the treadmill. And that's what they do. They're on the treadmill every single day. Whether you're walking, running, that is all you do. And after a while, you may notice that you are not getting any results. Your motivation starts to dip and you look in the mirror and you look more like a melted wax candle rather than becoming lean and aesthetic. The problem here is that just doing cardio alone doesn't actually help you build the body that you desire. Most of us want to decrease our body fat while maintaining or increasing our muscle mass. That's how you get that lean aesthetic look. But when you just do cardio, you're actually catabolizing your muscle mass. So you're eating away at your muscle tissue. It's great for losing weight, but there's a difference between losing weight and losing body fat. Even some research in the Journal of Obesity showed that having a variety in your training, mixing up strength training and cardio is the best way to maximize fat loss and increase or even maintain muscle mass. So my advice is stop just hopping on the treadmill every single day, running, walking endlessly. Have some structure to it, which is going to lead me to point number 2, which is HIIT training. I want you to think of HIIT as the thrill ride of cardio. So rather than being on that slow road trip, we're now on a bit of a roller coaster. And the benefit here is that some HIIT training does provide a bit more variety compared to just jumping on a treadmill. However, people also get this wrong, where all they do is HIIT classes like F45, Orange Theory, Barry's Bootcamp. And again, the same issue occurs. You start to eat away at your muscle mass. I used to work at F45 and I used to get men that came to me and they'll be like, Jav, how do I build bigger muscles? I've been doing F45 for so long, but my muscles haven't grown. Well, that's because classes like F45 are HIIT classes. They're not designed to help you build muscle mass. They're just there for a quick, hard 45-minute workout to get your heart rate spiked. So my advice is, yes, you can do HIIT classes 1 or 2 times a week, but that should not be your sole training program. Point number 3 is progressive overload. Yes, but not in the form that you think of. Most people think of progressive overload as adding more weights to the bar when you're doing a bench press or a bicep curl or shoulder press, which, yes, that is progressive overload. However, the same principle applies to your cardio. If you're just doing a 5K run every day or a 10K run every day, you're gonna plateau at some stage. So you will need to add a bit more to what you're doing. And when I say that, you need to basically start to think about how can I make this harder? And one thing that you can do is quite simply run longer, run at a higher intensity, decrease your rest times. And these are great ways to make your cardio progressively harder. Here's an example. I like to do 1K intervals for 5 reps, okay? So I end up completing a 5K run doing 1K intervals with a 90-second rest in between. If I wanted to make that harder, I might do it for 2 weeks, and then on week 3, I would decrease my rest time to 60 seconds. Then on week 6, I might decrease my rest time to 30 seconds. And you can see I've made that progressively harder by changing one variable. Another way I could do that is if I had 1K intervals for 5, I might add extra intervals, so it's 6 reps now. And I'll give you another example. I could increase my intensity and try to complete that 1K interval at a quicker speed. If you just start to make your cardio a little bit harder, you'll continue to see progress and the fat loss will continue on the way. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I hate running and I hate cardio. So I've been through all of this. Point number 4, and this is going to change the game. And it is simply doing more strength training, because most people just do cardio, and they don't lift any weights. I see this a lot when it comes to women because they're scared of lifting weights and they think it's going to make them bulky. But fellas, and that's what I'm really talking to you right now, you have to start thinking about lifting heavy weights. If you want to build that lean, aesthetic physique that looks athletic, then trust me, you need muscle mass. If you do too much cardio, guess what happens? You eat away at your muscle mass. Sort of like, look at marathon runners, look at 10K runners, look at the kind of physiques they have. Their physiques are representative of their sport type. So you may notice that runners have this really slim frame, skinny physique, low body fat because of the type of sport that they do. But we don't want to look like that. Unless you want to look like Mo Farah, then fair enough, but we don't really want to look like that. So you need to be doing strength training at least 3 times a week. I would push it to 4 and 5 and have cardio sprinkled across the rest of the week alongside the strength training that you're doing. That's going to allow you to either build more muscle or at least maintain the muscle you have while you drop body fat. Point number 5 is overcompensating with food. Imagine going on this crazy spending spree and not buying anything you wanted after saving money for years. That's sort of like what you do when you eat a big cake after going on a run because you deserve to reward yourself. That mentality is probably why most of you are not able to lose weight, because every time you do see progress and you are working hard, you think that your body deserves a reward in the form of a donut, a Krispy Kreme, fried chicken, whatever it is you're eating. You're rewarding yourself, but it's actually a bad reward. And that's why your cardio is not actually helping you lose weight, because you're overcompensating with food. Again, imagine going on a spending spree after you just saved all your money. That is what you're doing, and it's not making sense, especially if you got major goals, saving money for a house, for example. Point number 6 is this. Yes, this. You believe everything about what this tells you. Because it says that you burn X amount of calories, you think that you actually burnt those calories. Now, my watch says that I burnt 500 calories. I know in my mind, I probably haven't actually burned 500 calories. These watches can be incorrect by up to 39%. Yes, 39%. So I need you to start thinking in a more logical fashion. Yes, you can use these as a guide, but Apple Watches, Fitbits, all that kind of stuff, you got to remember that those numbers are not an exact science and it's not 100% accurate. So you need to bear that in mind when you are making decisions about your cardio, about your health, about your fitness, and especially about your nutrition. And point number 7, probably the most important point out of all of this, is rest and recovery. Not a lot of us are taking this into account, but if you really want to maximize the benefits of your cardio, you need to ensure that you're resting and recovering properly, because the quicker that you can recover, the harder you can work out in the next session. On top of that, the quicker you recover, the more adaptations your body makes. So your muscles recover quicker, they repair a lot quicker, you feel better, and the benefits that you're looking for when it comes to training, losing body fat, performing at your best, you get there a lot quicker. Once your body adapts, it changes, it gets stronger, your cardio gets better, the adaptations to your body are a lot more evident and it's a lot quicker. So you need to make sure you're resting. Some great things you can do: ice baths, foam rolling, stretching, making sure you get enough protein. And the number one thing is sleep. It is the number one thing. Nothing can beat sleep. Doesn't matter what you do. Nothing will ever beat sleep. Okay. Most normal people get on a treadmill and they just run every day and they never lose weight. And you see them in the gym year after year looking the exact same. But you're a little bit different, and I hope you're going to be different. So if you want to continue to see amazing results, my advice is to really take in each of these mistakes that most people make and ensure that you don't make them. And if you want to take it a step further, you should probably watch this workout that I did the other day. It was brutal, lots of cardio exercises in there, and you can steal this exact workout and put it into your regimen. Leave a comment below if you've been making any of these mistakes. Peace.